While the age of dinosaurs may be long gone, these majestic and terrifying creatures continue on today as various bird species. And while the typical cardinal or bluebird doesn't pose the slightest threat to anyone, many birds are still living up to the legacy of their ancestors. Whether they stand at 9 feet tall or less than 9 inches. These are the 5 deadliest birds on Earth. In the rainforests of South America, few predators are as feared or effective as the harpy eagle. As the largest eagle in the Americas, it has an impressive wingspan of 6.5 feet. And they're unafraid of hunting down prey as large as sloths and monkeys as a result. But size isn't the only advantage of these raptors, as practically everything about them seems to have been evolved for the sake of turning them into the perfect predator. The talons of the harpy eagle can extend to up to 6 inches, longer even than the average claw of a cassowary. And their hooked design allows them to grip and hold onto heavy prey while flying to their nests. Like most eagles, the species has especially good eyesight. But they also have small feathers on their face that help direct noise into their ears and provide them with a greater sense of directional hearing. Harpy eagles don't pose a threat to humans, but humans undoubtedly pose a threat to them. Neither aggressive nor shy, they tend to treat humans indifferently, but that makes them easy targets for hunters. Ostriches have a strong data point to support their argument as the deadliest birds on the planet, at least 5 confirmed human deaths. Similar in physiology to the cassowary, these birds call Africa home, and their strong legs and 6-inch talons can kill a lion, disembowel a human, or even puncture the frame of a car. Fortunately, while these birds can be lethal, they rarely attack unless they feel like they're being threatened. Unfortunately, males tend to get very aggressive during mating season, and miscommunication has led to conflicts between humans and these birds in the past. But even if they aren't intent on hurting you, these dangerous birds are big enough to be terrifying. They're the largest bird in the world, with the largest members of the species clocking in at over 300 pounds. Males can even reach a height exceeding 9 feet. Practically half of that height is devoted to their awkward-looking necks. And while these birds may look gawky, they have the speed to back up that power. They can reach a top speed of over 40 miles per hour. New Guinea's pituhi is the world's only toxic bird, and, considering it's one of the deadliest birds on Earth. That's because the toxin that their bodies produce, batrachotoxin, is the same employed by South America's deadly poison dart frog. Even more frighteningly, this toxin is delivered in the same way through simple touch. Locals know how to identify a pituhi on sight alone, and they know to avoid them at all costs. It's a quality that was first discovered by the scientific community when researchers inadvertently got the poison on their lips and felt them become numb, although exposure can certainly be fatal. At the very least, the deadliest of the species are eager to telegraph that fact. Among the different pituhi species, the most dangerous has bright red and black plumage. But it's believed that these birds don't produce the toxin themselves. Instead, it enters their bodies thanks to the beetles that make up a significant part of their diets. Throughout generations, these birds have developed strong resistance to this toxin. Bird fatalities are rare, and even the most dangerous of birds rarely cause injuries unless they're first provoked. But this deadliest bird on Earth, known as the African crowned eagle, could be the exception that proves the rule. Their claws are viciously designed to sink into prey like meat hooks and lurch back into the sky without even pausing. And that prey includes victims as large as monkeys and even potentially children. Remains of the bird found in 1924 were accompanied by the skull of a primitive human child. And it had talon markings consistent with the feeding patterns of the bird. Even today, stories persist of this bold and relentless predator hunting human children for food. And as these hawks become a normal presence throughout South African cities, likely, these rumors will only grow. But if humans are prey, they aren't common prey. They're far more deadly to small mammals like mongooses and rats. Though they can also make quick work of antelopes, whose skulls they can capably crush with their powerful claws. While there are quite a few birds worth being a little afraid of, there's little argument that the southern cassowary deserves the distinction of the most dangerous bird on Earth. Despite being concentrated exclusively in Australia and having population numbers that put them on the endangered species list, this deadliest bird on Earth has made hundreds of attacks on humans and at least one fatality associated with the southern cassowary. Most of these attacks were the result of humans trying to feed or otherwise interact with these large birds. All you have to do is look at this bird to see why it's so dangerous. Weighing in at 200 pounds and standing a full 6 feet tall, it's one of the largest birds in existence. But its most dangerous characteristics are the 3 claws that grow from each foot, the longest of which is knife-like and extends to 5 inches. While these talons allow the cassowary to effectively run away from predators, they can also gut a human being with a simple slash. Despite being such dangerous birds, anthropological evidence indicates that they were domesticated by humans 18,000 years ago. That's thousands of years before the chicken.